10 checks a month that I was going to receive for that month. So the feeling of that, I remember I remember driving my car and a deer ran out in front of me. And I was like, back in the day, I would have sat there and cried. Because what was this deductible? What was this going to do? Like, just literally all of those things. And instead, it was like, man, now I got to sit on the phone with the insurance company. I got to go through the hoopla of it. It wasn't the financial burden that shook me anymore, right? So having those multiple streams of income is essential nowadays because most people, that check that they get twice a month or however often you get paid, y'all remember that stuff is usually gone. It's accounted for before it even comes in. So now having those multiple streams of income, I was just excited to have the in between checks, right? The in between getting paid from my federal government. But the fact that the federal government check became the play money, that was something different. So you got to have the multiple streams of income.
And look, you made me excited again because you working a full-time job and you work this business part-time where you have access to two debt-free companies, but you're making 10 checks in 1 month just from your part-time. You know, I remember when I was still working full-time, I was making 8 checks then, and then my 2 checks on my job. So I thought I was doing something because I was making 10 checks in 1 month. But now when I look at y'all, I'm like 12 checks along with your job in 1 month. Y'all, that's powerful. Imagine having a business where you get a chance to get paid every week, twice a week, and on the first of the month and on the 10th of the month. Now, we're talking about leverage and residual income that follows you into next year. So how did creating income beyond your paycheck change the way you make decisions about your time, your finances, and your future? Because, you know, people can't even plan for the future because they really don't have the extra money to do it. But for you, you get a chance to actually plan this stuff now.
Absolutely. It's an amazing feeling to have to tell yourself, girl, slow down, calm down. And because it's not because I don't have it now. It's because just because you have it, you don't need to spend it, right? So you're changing that mindset shift there, right? But it literally became the thing that now so many things that in my past I might have desired to do, but you have to put it off. Or I have to plan further out. Like I had the conversation with somebody the other day, and this ain't a flex, y'all. It's the truth now. Where they say, where are you going to go, X, Y, and Z, but the tickets is less than 21 days before you buy the flights. And I'm like, so?
Oh, yes.
Like, but it used to be, first of all, let's wait, let's plan it 6 months out so we can make payments on it, right? And that's just, it's the honest truth. It was my life. But now, again, you don't need to pay that much for a flight. Just go ahead and move the trip. Like, it's different trying to have those type of conversations with yourself versus before where it was because you couldn't afford to do it. Like, it would set you back. Whether it's a vacation, whether it's, imagine needing 4, I remember needing 4 tires. Mm-hmm. And needing 4 tires was like, can I get 2 and get the other 2 later? Right? Yeah. And now it's like, you need 1, man, replace all of them so they'll be even, right? It changes so much for you and through you. Like even right now, I ain't happy about it, but even looking at the cost of electricity bills going up so high. I remember before, like it was like if it went up even $5, everybody better cut the lights off. Mm-hmm. You out the room, cut it off. Now I don't have to holler as much, right? But just, again, don't waste my money. But still, it's just, it relaxes you. People think that money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money that makes it evil. However, if you pay attention, having more money allows you to breathe easier. Yeah. It reduces your stress. It allows you to take care of those that you love easier. Yeah, I told you I got a 21-year-old son. To be able to help him navigate life. Mm-hmm. Whereas before, I'd have been like, I don't know how we're going to figure this out. You better go do something. It just changes so much by having those multiple streams of income, by having just more. It allows you to do more.
And I'm going to tell you what I love more than anything. I love to see you and Millionaire Maddie. how y'all travel the world, because when my daughter was growing up, I couldn't afford to do those things. So we had to put those things off because I was so busy taking care of what she needed. I couldn't take care of some of the things that, we wanted. And just to see her fly first class,
Girl, you can't tell that thing nothing, y'all. It's funny because you already know the older two. Like she get that dude what? But it's the simplistic things. The fact that when she get on the airplane, or when we go to the airport, her question is, "Are we getting a boarding pass or do we need our passports?" When she was turning 5, I'll never forget. She literally said, I want to have my birthday in the Bahamas. And I'm like, is this a new jumpy place? Is this a new go-kart track? Like, what is this, another Chuck E. Cheese? Like, what is that? And only to know that she was talking about the Bahamas. Like, just that, being able to do things like that and really make memories.
And I love that. And everyone, what we're describing now is lifestyle. See, life is what you have, but lifestyle is how you choose to live it. And that's one thing that I always desire to be able to show my daughter the world. So people see dual success and assumes it's exhausting. Why does balancing corporate leadership and entrepreneurship what does it actually look like? What does that actually look like for the person that's on the Zoom today that said, I don't know, I don't really have a lot of time, because I hear it a lot of times. I don't have time for anything else on my plate. But the people that say I don't have time, a lot of time are broke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what does that look like?
Yeah. So the first thing I always say is, you're busy doing what? Because now we need to analyze, how are we spending our time? If we're so busy yet we don't have the things we desire in life, we need to really contemplate and analyze a few things. The other thing I love about this business is, y'all, you get to leverage. In your corporate job, it's all on you. Even down to the point where if you don't show up and you don't have any leave, your leave, it's all on you. In the government, they have this thing where you can give somebody some leave when they run out, right? First of all, it has to be depleted for them to even get it. And then you got to ask somebody if they are willing to donate leave to you. Man, I don't have to ask anybody anything when it comes to this business, but more importantly, I get to leverage the time and talents of everybody else. See, like when I'm at work and if I have somebody I need to show something or build my business with, I can call Director Letoria Mayberry McCombs and ask her, hey, can you do this for me? Mm-hmm. Do that on your job. They're going to say, ain't that your responsibility? Nobody's going to want to help. But the fact that you're able to leverage other people. So again, you're busy doing what? Maybe you need to analyze where your time is going and how much does it cost you. And the other thing, like people oftentimes, they see what I do now. I'm doing a portion of what I did for the government, but more importantly, do y'all know when you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life? That's what the old folks say. And so at that point, when you enjoy what you do, maybe you gonna find the time to do what you want. But more importantly, yeah, I get to build this business while I live my life. While I'm out at the grocery store, while I'm out eating, while I'm traveling, like whatever it is that I am choosing to do at that point, I don't have to be stuck in a brick and mortar. I don't have to be stuck behind a computer. I'm not limited to anything. I can go anywhere and do anything. I always say when I tell people my favorite place is toes in the sand and a Mai Tai in my hand. When you're the happiest is when you make the most money. So pick and choose how you want to spend your time, especially your extra time. We don't realize how much time we waste.
That's good. And we're going to jump into it because now is the time, y'all. When I told you, we are really just talking straight, no chaser. So if we step on your toes, it's not intentionally. Well, yeah, because we want you to think. It is intentionally. Because we want you to think a little bit deeper than what you've been thinking. We're opening up your mind. So we're going to talk about network marketing. Because our business opportunity is travel and network marketing. And I know me, I was uneducated about the network marketing industry when I first came inside of the industry. Well, when I was first introduced. When you were first introduced to the network marketing model, what were your initial thoughts and what changed your perspective?
So I didn't have a negative opinion of network marketing, which thank God, right? So I was that person that when people call something a pyramid, I'm like, I already, before I even got in network marketing, I was like, what are you talking about? Everything is a pyramid structure. Every single thing that you do. If you go to the car dealership, there's the owner of the car dealership, then there's the managers, then there's the finance people, then there's the sales reps. Like everything is structured like that. So that never bothered me. That never even crossed my mind. When I came into the opportunity, being very transparent, I actually said, I ain't telling nobody nothing because I don't want to sell anything to anybody.
Mm.
That's not. I didn't. I hate feeling like I'm bad. Yeah, I'm the only girl of four, and I'm the oldest. I'm a daddy's girl, so I don't. If I got to ask you more than once, I ain't doing it. Like that's just me. That's just I'm spoiled like that. So I never wanted to be in a position where I felt like that. Only to find out when I came into network marketing, number one, when you help enough people get what they want, you get what you want by default. That's actually the rule of life. And it becomes so much easier over here, number one. Number two, the other thing with network marketing that I love, yeah, it's about leveraging. Together, everyone achieves more. Can you imagine what that would really look like if teams really operated like that in our jobs? Instead of being crabs in a barrel? Instead of being, let me push you up, because guess what? It makes me come up with you as well. Everything in life would change so drastically if people really realize that. But the fact that network marketing as a whole is only second to real estate, y'all, and I'm one of those people, I'll never forget. It was like, why don't you invest in real estate? I don't want to put my mind, I don't have the brain capacity for that. That's not where my brain goes. So I don't want to do that. This is something that everybody can do. And I'm not selling anything. I'm simply educating you on what's available. The same way they educated me on what was available in society and life and going out and get a good job. It's just different now because now we're talking about entrepreneurship. Now we're talking about the things they don't tell you about. And
I
so
love.
that, yeah, that in network marketing, I never had a negative connotation for that. I knew it created the most millionaires, man. So it
Mhm.
allows everyday people. So,
And I love that because I remember when I was first introduced, I was like you. I said, "No, that's not for me. I'm good." My coach told me, "I'm not begging you. I'm
mm,
good. I'm not begging you to come inside of a business opportunity where I'm trying to help change your life." So to me, I don't sell anything. What I do is, as you said, educate people to see that there's another way. So everybody with that stigma that you believe in network marketing, go ahead and erase it today. Y'all go ahead and put it in chat. Erase it because it's not it's a reliable business opportunity and a career that has created more millionaires and six-figure income earners than corporate America. Now that's the great thing. When I realized I made six figures in 2 years over here in corporate America, it took them 11 years to pay me six figures. I said, wait a minute. I'm telling every woman and man I know about this business opportunity. So, Miss Pierce, why did you choose the travel industry as your vehicle for entrepreneurship, and what makes it a practical option for professionals? You know, I know like you, I was approached by many other things, but I always said no, travel was different. Why travel?
why not travel? Like the fact that number
I
one
know.
is my kryptonite. Number two, everybody wants to travel. Everybody loves it. And most people, when they think travel, they automatically assume out the country. Man, during COVID, you traveled up the street to get out the house if it was open, right? So it's something that speaks the love language of everybody. Yeah, during pandemic, people are traveling. We gonna talk about what's going on in Mexico. They're still traveling. Travel is something that is net. You cannot X travel out of life. Travel is that industry. Yeah, there's so many other things that allow you to tap into different industries that let's just say, and this is no shade to anybody, but let's say the beauty industry.
Mm.
People like what they like. When you say health and wellness, I was raised on this. Why you think I'm going to change now, right? Or even if you talk about products such as, and again, no shade to any company, but we talk about products such as washing detergent. Baby, if they like gain, they like gain. They're not going to. You can tell them it's those. It has chemicals that's causing cancer. They like the way game smells. That's what they're going to do. But travel in this industry, yeah, I don't even have to change who I like. If you like Marriott, if you like Hilton, keep liking but now make money off of what you're doing and the people around you are doing anyway. Now, people utilize this industry for every other industry, every other network marketing company, every other industry in corporate America. Everybody uses travel. I don't care who you are and what you're doing. Even down to if we talk about AAU parents, people traveling for their raising their kids. Everybody is traveling. So that's why it was already near and dear to me, but it just made sense.
If you're a guest on the line and you travel, put travel in the chat. I want to see how many y'all traveling. Whether you're traveling down the street, whether you stay in staycations or vacations, you're traveling. I wasn't the traveler, but I desire to travel. And I love what Miss Pierce said. Two reasons people don't travel is time and money. But when we help people get their time back and earn the income so they can do the things they love to do. Now, that's amazing. Okay, let's talk about it. What would you say to someone who feels the pull towards more but is afraid to step outside their comfort zone? Woo!
I'm gonna go grab this little thing right here. Y'all see this? It's my mustard seed that stays on my desk. All you have to do is want more. You just have to have the faith of a mustard seed, and you already have it because you simply have the will and the desire to want it. The fact that within this industry, the reason I got to six figures so quickly is because they helped me do it. They showed me how to do it. So if you truly have that pull, I need you to go ahead and do an outer body experience. Go behind yourself and push yourself. Just jump. Just take the initiative because that's what stagnates so many people. Their toe is on the line. All I need your toe to do is come over the line. Take the step. Have the faith of a mustard seed. And most people are fearful, which is false evidence of things appearing real. You know how when a baby's getting ready to walk, they're fearful initially until they take that first step and then everything goes out the window? That's what you have to do with yourself. We've been conditioned to be so fearful of things that we won't even try. What's the worst that can happen in this business? You make some money and enjoy life.
That's what I was just going to say. Hey, all of you do get started. What's the worst that can happen? What's the best that could happen? You can make more money like Miss Pierce than you make on your 9 to 5. And now you got 2 6 figures coming into your household. Or you can make more money like me and decide to leave your job because now you make more than your job would ever pay you. Y'all come. I mean, it's somebody said it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I mean, I win either way because we have blown time and money on things that never yield us income. So if someone is watching tonight and wondering whether they should have options, what would you want them to know before they decide this opportunity, and then tell them the price point along with it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the honest, if you feel like you want more or you think you want more, you deserve more. We all deserve more, and this opportunity can absolutely provide it for you. Stop overthinking. You'll talk yourself out of anything if you think too long. Think long, think wrong. You see the evidence, you'll hear about the evidence. Now come be the evidence. And for anybody who's wondering, yeah, it's $200 one time to get your business started with us. I told somebody today this was the best $200 investment I could have ever spent. I will absolutely say, with Valentine's just passing, the holidays, yeah, we spent $200. I ate $200, ate and drank $200. And we know what happens to the food and the drink when it comes into your body. It comes back out and it's gone. But to have a $200 investment one time that allows you to tap into 2 multi-million-dollar businesses. And then the fact that to keep and maintain your business. Now, I never wanted to be a traditional business owner because of the expenses and the startup. But when this it took all of that off the table, and the fact that it was $60 a month, $2 a day, yeah, all I had literally, I put it into perspective. If you just don't go to Starbucks one time a week, you'd have your overhead for your business. Especially for people, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, Wawa, the gas station, whatever. Y'all, it's $2 a day, $60 a month to keep a yeah. And I make six figures on the side of my job because of $2 a day. We could find that in the couch probably when you wash your clothes. You know what I mean? So it's just a no brainer. The fact that anybody, yeah, and I won't take for granted that not everybody has a $200 sitting on the side that they can just pay out. I've done plenty of things where I literally saved up $200 to do stuff. But when it's something you desire and if you want more, you can do it. You can absolutely do it.
I love it. And everybody, and if you're on here today and you desire something different, and I'm with Miss Pearson, you don't have the $200. Now, I'm saying this with all the love in my heart. What you're doing is not working.
Facts. When I saw this opportunity at 40 something years old, I was 40, going on 41. I said, if I didn't have $200 and I just worked for the government for how long?
Right.
Something's wrong. It's a problem. Yeah.
It's a problem. And now that I've been in the industry for 10 years and, I'm talking to people and they telling me I don't have $200 to spare. And I'm like, dude, you want this to be your story for the next 2, 3, 5 years? Because if you don't do anything different, it stays the same. Yep. So at some point, you got to do something different in order to make it happen. You got to do something different because your job is not going to pay you more. Oh, I hear you. I hear you in my spirit. I'm just going to get a better paying job. Maybe. That's a possibility. But if you can control it yourself, why not? And you got a blueprint. It just makes sense. All right. Thank you, Ms. Pierce. We're going to take a few questions, but thank you for sharing. And what I appreciate more is that your journey wasn't about abandoning your profession. It was about expanding your options. And most of us, think that they got to abandon their profession instead of expanding their options, and we don't. And for many of us, the travel industry has become the vehicle. We own independent travel agencies, but we actually empower other people to do the exact same things. Y'all, 2 pots of money, 2 debt-free companies where you have access to 8 streams of income and 10 checks in 1 month. That's why you see people in the chat saying, that was the best $200 I ever spent because I can get it right back this week. Y'all, you can get started and get it right back. So guests on the line, let's do this. If you have a question for Miss Pierce, go ahead, put it in the chat. Or type your questions in chat because we want to get your questions answered. We don't want you to leave here and not be, oh, is this going to work? Is it really going to work? I hear what they're saying, but can it work for me? Go ahead and get your questions answered so we can actually help you make a quality decision. Any questions? All right, going once, going twice. I see y'all coming in the chat. On the poll. I'm ready to get started. Yes. Some people need some more information. If you need more information, this is the time for you to ask your question. Don't jump off of here and, try to go and ask somebody who never. I would like to see the numbers, the breakdown, please, of what? Tell us the breakdown of what? Because we got so many different ways we can.
Larissa sounds like us, and she's great.
Yes.
So, Larissa, definitely get back with the person who invited you so you can see the full presentation. It's going to answer all of your questions. That's what I would recommend, just because I think she's analytical like us and just going over it. Yeah, I would, Larissa, who invited you to this call.
Yeah. And let me see. This other question is, how long did it take to start actually seeing income? Did you strategize who you wanted to get on board, like family and close friends, or just started talking to people? Or as someone who's a little shy, how did you put yourself out there? That's a good
question. Yes. So really how long did it take me to actually start seeing income? Literally the same week. So just like she said, when I realized the 8 different streams of income, I started tapping into all of them. Did I strategize? Absolutely, I did not. Part of me wanted to, and because I'm analytical, I almost overthought it. And so what it ended up doing, I always tell people, some will, some won't. Most of the people I thought was going to join me in business didn't. The people who I thought weren't going to did. And so you absolutely can attempt to strategize, but you never know what's going to happen and what they're going to do. So no, I would not waste your time on creating any type of strategy, um, because you can't control the outcome of it. And then yes, so I just started talking to people that I know it would make sense to, and told them to come take a look, see if it was for them. Because remember, the young lady who introduced me was trying to tell me about something in particular, and it's not what I needed. So I learned from that. Don't just tell them come take a look so they can see for themselves. And for someone who's shy, yeah, the first thing I always tell my shy people, number one, social media works wonders for you because you're shy and you can still connect with the people that you know already, right? But there are so many ways that you, even as an introvert, even as someone who's shy, that can really be successful. Actually, if I can be transparent, most of my shy people are who are most successful in this business because they get to leverage me, who's an extrovert, and it prevents them from saying too much and talking too much, to talk people out of something just by giving them, by like what we call throwing up on them. You ever had somebody tell you so much stuff and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa? My shy people don't do that, and that's what makes them so successful. Because of that, it allows people to see it for themselves.
Recording stopped.
And I just want to say, even for me, I made money in my first week. I made $750 my first week. Did I strategize? Kind of, because I told my closest friends. I wasn't going to tell anybody until I told them. And my conversation was really easy, Christina. I told my friends, I said, I found it. They said, what did you find? I said, I found a way to get flat out wealthy and travel the world. Guess what they said? We travel together, we party together, we drink together, we go shopping together. Let's go make this money together. And that's what we did. We're not telling you to talk to everybody in the world. We're telling you to talk to people in your world. And you're not shy with people in your world. That's why I think people in their mind think, I got to talk to everybody. No. Listen, I consider myself not very sociable. I had 6 good friends, but I had a Rashiba McGowan that was so sociable, that was an extrovert. And now, because of that one conversation with Rashiba, I got 5,000 people in my organization from that one conversation. She was a social butterfly. So imagine you got that one friend that's an extrovert and you being the introvert. Every introverted person or shy person got an extroverted friend. Why is that? Because that's your alter ego. You're like, man, I wish I could do what she do. Y'all know it, right? So another question is there training?
Absolutely. There is tons of training. Not only will you be trained by the 6-figure income earners, as well as receive a success coach and mentor in the business, and there's training on both sides of the business. If travel is your thing and that's what you want to tap into, listen, imagine being trained by Disney, by the country of Aruba, by the people in the places that you're going or utilizing. They provide all of that for you.
How often do you get paid? Is it after making a reservation or is it monthly?
So the company, because there's 2 businesses that come together, there's a total of 8 streams of income, 10 checks a month, okay? And so we get paid literally on the 1st, on the 10th, every single Thursday, and every single, technically, Wednesday.
I love it. I'm new to this, so no, it's not a dumb question. How do you make money? The more sales you make. So explain, the 2 business, how we make money.
Absolutely. The simplistic way. We get paid for any travel that's booked through us, whether we book it or they go through our website. So the travel commissions that built inside of travel already. And we get paid from building a team and helping other people start their travel business. Those are the 2 ways that you can get paid. Y'all, both of them can yield you 6 figures. And if I can be honest, because this is real and raw, you have book, get paid. Book, get paid. You have help someone get started, get paid a lifetime. So the choice is yours. 6 figures on both sides. But one is like a job, right? It's linear. and then the other one is leveraged and residual.
What does the $200 cover, and why does what does the $60 a month cover?
Yep. So the $200 a month, excuse me, the $200 investment gets your business open. You get two businesses for the price of one. It opens the door. It gives you your back office. That's a multi-million-dollar platform. So it tracks everything for you on both sides of the business. Okay. It gets you all of your credentials in the travel industry. It gets you all of the training that you desire and need. It literally gives you your businesses in a box. You take the ribbon off and everything's there. The $60 a month, it keeps your business running. Your errors and emissions insurance, your websites, your customer management software, your trainings, literally your multi-million-dollar platforms that track everything. Everything you need is in that $60 a month, $2 a day. And y'all, there's no contract. We don't hold you hostage. If you ever feel like, you know what, I'm not sure I want to do this anymore, that's on you. You shut your business down. You stop the electricity.
All right. The last question, the last two questions. What is a good prospecting age for the business, as in your usual age range, the signs on the boat?
Ooh, I like this. Every age. My oldest business partner turned 92 today, y'all. The oldest person on my team turned 92 today on her birthday. Y'all.
We have a director that's 76, 80 or something like that.
And the youngest person, you got to be 18 to get your business started. Let's be clear. This is why I travel. It applies to all generations. There's no discriminatory age range with what we do. It doesn't matter the age range. So there is no good prospecting age. Let's talk about the people who are retired. Oftentimes they can't survive on what they save for their retirement. And Social Security doesn't really help, right? Mm-hmm. Or let's talk about the young people who don't want to work for anybody. So it literally is from what they say, the rooter to the tutor. Every age range.
Every age range. I could call out the ages on here, and I promise you every age will be represented, from the baby boomers to the Gen Zs to the Gen X to the Y generation. Y'all know that was, there's a Y generation. So all of that is represented. Do you also get paid? Do you get paid also on travel? Your own personal travel? Is that what you're asking?
No, I think she's asking on travel that other people book. So the answer to your question is yes, the way our compensation plan is worked. So remember I said, you can flip a burger and get paid. So you can book a trip and get paid, or you can show other people how to book a trip, and when they get paid, you also get paid as well. It's a part of our compensation plan.
Okay. And just in case, you can get paid off your own travel too.
Yep, absolutely.
I booked my own destination wedding, and I got paid over $10,000 on my own wedding. So yeah, you can definitely get paid. Well, all right, that is all of the questions. Listen, this was a great dialogue. Thank you, Ms.